in a timeline where Anakin Skywalker walked away from the battle on Mustafar and reached his full potential. The galaxy mourned in whispers. After the fall of the temple, after the screams of younglings were silenced beneath Vader's blade, the Jedi became ghosts, scattered, broken, hunted. But they were not hunted by inquisitors or legions. They were hunted by him. Anakin had not burned. He had not become the broken machine of Vader. He had become more. The man who walked from Mustafar was whole. Physically, yes. But within, something had shattered and reformed in the shape of oblivion. The rage of betrayal, the grief of a lost order, the seduction of power. He was no longer apprentice or servant. He was the blade of the dark side, and he wielded himself with precision. They whispered his names like curses in the dark: the Severance, the Hollow Flame, the Endwalker. But none echoed louder than one: the Shadow of Skywalker. The last lights in the dark. He hunted the Jedi not with malice, but with purpose. Jaro Tapal was the first, a warrior monk once loyal to the Clone Wars, hiding on a shattered moon in the mid-rim. Anakin crushed his lungs with the Force before his saber ever left his belt. Master Sha Kun, niece of Plo Koon, thought herself safe on the waterworld of Glee Anselm. She died choking on salt, the ocean itself torn apart by Anakin's wrath. Her body crushed beneath the very waves she had once called home. He found Kin Dralig, the temple's former swordmaster, in the tunnels beneath Coruscant, protecting a clutch of younglings. He left the children alive. He made them watch. Every kill made him stronger. Every death sharpened his connection to the Force, not in balance, but in dominance. He learned to manipulate perception, to fracture the thoughts of those near him, to bend reality through fear. The final hunt, Yoda and Ahsoka. Only two remained. One, the ancient master who had led the Jedi through 1,000 battles. The other, the student who had once called him Sky Guy. Yoda and Ahsoka had stayed hidden for years, dwelling within the peaks of Mount Carvos, a Force-rich sanctuary atop the frozen world of Orbis Prime. They felt his arrival like a tear in the Force itself. Snow fell in spirals. The sky blackened. He didn't walk up the mountain. He simply appeared within it. Ahsoka's twin white sabers ignited, breath steaming in the cold. Yoda stood beside her, gnarled cane in hand, ancient eyes unreadable. "You are no longer Skywalker," the old master said quietly. "I am what the Jedi feared I would become," Anakin replied. "And you are what made me." The air cracked, but it wasn't the mountain. It was their minds. A battle of illusion and will. They didn't fight with blades. Not at first. Anakin had grown beyond saber strikes. He attacked within. Ahsoka turned, suddenly surrounded by dozens of Anakins, each one whispering her name, each one igniting a blade. She struck them down, one after another, heart racing, until she realized she had wounded herself. Stabbed through the side by an illusion so real, her own instincts had betrayed her. Yoda resisted longer. His mind was like an ocean, deep, ancient, steady. But even oceans can drown. Anakin became his old Padawan, grinning and bright. Then he became Mace Windu, screaming in death. Then Qui-Gon Jinn, face shattered in betrayal. Then Yoda faltered. For the first time in 900 years, he doubted. That was all Anakin needed. When he struck, he did so in silence. White sabers met red. Green met rage. The duel raged through the cave, the peak, the very sky. But they were tired. He was not. He disarmed Ahsoka with a twist of the wrist and sent her tumbling into the snow. Yoda fell to one knee, his cane shattered, lungs wheezing in the frozen air. They looked up together, side by side, and Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader gazed down upon them. "Do you see it now?" he asked. "The Jedi were never the answer. You were never the answer." He closed his eyes, and the mountain fell. Rock split from rock. Ice cracked. The peak of Mount Carvos collapsed in a storm of stone and fury. And he walked away, without turning back. At the foot of the ruins, with snow melting beneath his boots, Anakin looked to the heavens. He smiled, not cruelly, but with clarity. "The Jedi are nothing but weak children," he whispered. "And when you are one with the darkness, nothing stands in your wake." Then he screamed, not in rage, but in triumph, a voice that echoed across stars, felt in hyperspace, in dreams. "Is there no being that can challenge me?" Only silence answered, and he liked it that way. But just maybe, there was one who could challenge the darkest version of Darth Vader. Only time will tell.